be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Is this the kind of sound that you wanna hear? Is this the kind of vibe that you wanna feel? 'Cause I'm the type of guy that you'll never fear. You could do your thing, then come near. Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. See, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high on our break. I'm all about the look that you're giving me. I'm all about the dance moves you're letting free. Well, I'm all about a sweet sound and loving spree. So listen from my melody. Yeah, maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. See, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Yeah, this is the kind of sound that I wanna hear. Yeah, this is the kind of vibe that I wanna feel. And you're the type of girl, baby, you're the real. Check it one time, what's the deal? Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. Yeah, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. We're feeling alright, yeah. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah. Oh, it's about that time for us to look around and meet somebody new. Well, let's all welcome in familiar faces, perhaps somebody who has a conflict in their life. Alright, tell them you're sorry, but there's ways to change the wrong to right. See, we can sit in a distant haze and watch rain clouds pour thoughts of greatness to help our troubles sail real far away. Oh yeah. Well, it's a struggle every day. We're stressing.
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
I'm the champ, I'm the Judy of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
It's all about the Benjamins, babe.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, babe.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, babe.
Yeah.
VIP me put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
Called out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can get better? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down!
What up? What up? Yeah, back at you for a wake and bake on this Tuesday morning.
Oh, shit. Tuesday.
And crispy. He said late.
What?
Yeah, maybe. What up, Peacock? Hold on, where is it? He said, "Let's go." Working on a dope playmaker's thumbnail for the Puff or Pass. Let's get it.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I'm pretty intense. I quite enjoy hearing my stuff. I got crazy stuff going on.
Yeah. All right. So I keep telling you guys about this one specific content creator who's like 49er crazy, and
Content.
what's that?
He's actually content.
Yeah, he has some kind of.
Is that right?
It's all for. He's a writer for all 49ers fan nation is what it's called, and then he has a YouTube channel also. Which I've never gone to actually watch anything. Like his takes are so bad, like on Twitter. It's just funny to go back and forth. And I think I've engaged with him so much that it's like his shit just pops up, daily because he's always going back and forth with someone. And so this morning he says Lance has what?
You need to turn on.
Oh,
yeah, my man. I can hear me. I enjoy it, man. There you go. Okay, so back to the shitty content.
So, it was him talking about how if Jimmy's so talented, why did he take a $20 million pay cut to be a backup? Which I don't think it was 20 mil, but yeah, he did take a pay cut officially. And I said, wait, so you're saying Jimmy is
stupid for taking $20 million?
You're saying that Lance is more talented than Jimmy. And he says, Lance has a much higher potential ceiling than Jimmy. And I said, based on what? And he said, based upon common sense. He said, Lance is taller, faster, reads the field better, smarter. Better pocket presence. He has a cannon.
Better pocket presence?
Better leader. And he has a cannon of an arm. So you had to mention that he had a better
leader.
So, what's your take on that? You don't need to shit on Lance. I mean,
hold on. What is this guy's name?
Ted.
It doesn't matter what his name is. This guy's a fucking idiot.
What your name is?
I mean, this guy over here, he's a better leader based on what?
But Peacock said Jimmy has a better hairline. I don't even think that is debatable.
I mean, you should just say that since you say dumb things, just to be like, listen, bro, he clearly has a better hairline.
That sounds like because the Bible told me so.
You know, sometimes God be talking to me, and then I'd be like, damn, these shrooms are good. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you know what I mean? I don't wait. Like, I think this is a perfect case of the guy. He dug himself deep into this Lance trench. You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen, man, I'm the leader of the clubhouse at one point. I said we were gonna trade up for a QB. I said it was gonna be Lance. We got Lance. When it didn't work out 3 years later, I'm not gonna be like, I'm still telling y'all. Like, you know what I mean? Especially being a
I had
realistic
to ask him. I was like, okay. I was like, what will it take for like your position to change on Lance? Is it literally him being exiled from the NFL? Like what? And you know, he hasn't answered, but I assume that that's what it would take for a lot of these guys who are living on the. We'll still see about Lance. You know, train.
You know, I bet you this guy was the guy who was like, I'm telling you, Josh Rosen is the next Aaron Rodgers. I'm telling, but he's not even on the team, bro. He's the backup, bro. He's not even the first, bro. He's still backup. He has a chance. He has a chance, bro. Josh Rosen.
And see, and like I agree, as long as guys are in the NFL, they still have a chance to like change the narrative. But like what do you think Lance feels about himself? Like I'm not thinking like Lance like knows in his own mind that he sucks. I'm not saying that. But he knows it's an uphill battle at this point. He has to know that it's an uphill battle for him to get back to what he was perceived as.
Okay, look at this. Look at this. Lance. He's trying to better himself in the NFL. He goes, throws with Josh Allen, throws with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Right? Goes, works with like all these different QB coaches. You know, he's paying that good money. He got money. You know what I mean?
He's better spend it on the craft.
Yeah. Right? Here's Jimmy in the offseason. Fucking on bad bitches.
We're just going to go to Vegas. And they told me I have free entries into the whorehouses.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, bro. He went to Vegas last year.
He's not stressing. That's one thing. Jimmy is not stressing about nothing. You can look at Lance's hairline and you know that he's stressing.
I actually heard Jimmy dyed the grays in his hair.
Did it on purpose,
like,
huh? Just went
I
for
need a more sophisticated. He's like, I need a more sophisticated look. You know,
you know who chicks love? George Clooney.
George Clooney. You know, he was actually at George Clooney's salon. It was George Clooney was putting the dye in there. He's like, bro, you are gonna kill it. I seen it, bro. I was in line. I was like, let me get the George. It's a whole wall of just different George Clooney looks when you go to George Clooney's salon. It's not even a barbershop, it's a salon.
Minnesota Marty in the house. Let's smoke it up, bro.
What up, Marty?
Oh man. Man, now I want to hear what I sound like with the echo on.
Oh no, it was me.
Get ready to rumble.
It was annoying. It was annoying because it was my echo, actually.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like
it's my side that has the echo control off, is what it is.
Yeah.
So when you talk, it's picking up the echo plus, you know, we hear through the
yeah, exactly.
Also, yeah. So that's what's going on.
We should just say screw it and get megaphones. We'll just be on there like this, talking through the mega. That shit would be hard.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It would be like, dude, they really mean it. That's almost as good as wearing a suit, right? You're like, dude, this guy's wearing a suit. His takes are shitty, but man, that suit though. You know what I mean? It's like, what do I? You know, if a motherfucker see us wearing suits, they're like, what are they going to court?
You know, have you ever seen that movie?
Welcome to Fantasy Court.
You ever seen that movie Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith?
Okay, I've seen like it was on. It was on. We were at a family party and it was on.
Yeah.
So everybody's in there watching it. I was in the back getting faded. And I walked in there one time. I'm like, damn, Will Smith looks all janky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like, but he had the one suit though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he played. I can't remember the name, but he played a guy who
true story.
Got famous. One of the original like black stockbrokers. You know, on like, I mean, he was in San Francisco. They weren't on Wall Street, but
yeah, but he was selling like it was like this product, this fucking machine.
Some kind of X-ray thing that hadn't like market yet.
And he got a dude to buy one of his joints, and he was like, "Oh shit!" And that just started a snowball effect. You know what I mean?
Well, really, he got sold. Really, he got sold. It was one of those companies that you have to buy into, and you buy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
someone bought all his joints, right?
No. It took him forever, like, to sell.
No, but once that one doctor bought his joint, right? Then it like started like a snowball effect. Like he just started selling them motherfuckers like left and right after that.
Well, I think I mean, he was a hustler, so he was selling a bunch, but it was one of those things to where he said that this machine was like so new technology that it was still a luxury for a lot of these doctors' offices, so they weren't fucking with it, like right away. So it took him a while, but there was one. But so there was one part in there where he pretty much gets arrested for parking tickets, and he has to spend the night in jail for that shit because he's got no money for bail.
Where did the little man stay at the time? They stayed at
his mom picked him up.
Okay.
So he got lucky there. And but yeah, so he was like painting the house at the time, so he's just got like wife beater on and a shitty like windbreaker type jacket, just like stop the paint from getting all over him. And he has to go to the interview, the big ass interview that he has for the internship the next morning. Like he wouldn't have time to go change or shower or anything like that. And he goes in there, hella embarrassed. The guy who's like brought him in there for the interview looks hella embarrassed. And they were like, his name was Chris, I think. And they were like, Chris, what would you say if I hired someone who came in with no shirt? And he like thought for a second. He was like, that guy must have been wearing an awesome pair of pants. And like everyone just started dying.
Hey, you know what I mean? He had the swag though, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And he always, and then the owner or whatever, at least who looked like the main partner, he was like, how many times have you seen this man? And he was like, dozens and dozens, too many times. He was like, has he ever looked like this? And I said, no, he's always in a suit and tie. And then they gave him, he was one of the people who got the internship. And then he ends up with all this shit that he has going on. He ends up getting the full-time gig after all that. And Emil said Pursuit of Happiness is my favorite movie. It's a really good movie. Like, man, it's definitely.
Hey, whenever you hear somebody say it's their favorite joint, that shit raised my eyebrow. I was like, oh shit, I gotta watch this shit like for real. Because I remember the big deal of the movie was that he had his son in it, and like his son was like phenomenal in it. Supposedly,
Yeah, he was like 5-6 years old at the time.
Yeah.
And
is that the kid that's like? Is that the kid that blew up?
Yeah, the one who he did Karate Kid and all that shit, and then Jaden.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So he's the one.
Which he is the one that blew up. Like he stopped acting. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
but,
he started doing like music
or something now. Like I don't even know, activist / humanitarian, like some shit like that. Like he was like one of the people who was like really.
He's like a spearhead for like the LG. He's like one of the spearheads, right, for like the LGBT community, something like that.
I wasn't even gonna say that he might be, but he was like someone who was really trying to get a bunch of notice on like the fucking the Flint, Michigan, like water. How people are like, just how the water's so fucked up, like over there, and like so he was trying to bring a shitload of awareness to that.
Crazy, bro. Like we live in America, but there was some third world shit going on. Like the water was killing people and shit.
Yeah, like it's crazy. I mean, Zoo Crew lives in Michigan. Like, I wonder how far, like, Kalamazoo is from Flint. Like, I mean, I'm sure it hits a lot closer to home for people who are like.
I know, like, as far as like consensus. What up, Zeb? Like, you got places like Detroit. It's like 95% black people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Flint, Michigan might even be more than that. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Like Buffalo, Oakland, Detroit, the Flint, Michigan, place like that. What I mean? It's populated, and it's sad to say, but that's why they're getting the shorter end of the stick here. You know what I mean? Like they're like, what I mean, like, what the fuck? The whole ass governments ain't even going in there, man. Like,
yeah, I don't even know. Governments will send all this money, like, to different third world countries, but like, how come Flint doesn't have any water?
You don't be in like Africa, right? Watching TV, and there's a commercial. It's like the water in Flint, Michigan.
Okay, here it goes. What up, Zoo Crew? And he said it's a couple hours away. It's closer to Detroit. He said Jaden made a device that made clean water and gave it to the residents of the city. There we go. I knew.
That's hard, man.
I knew it was something that he did. Thanks for the clarification, Zoo Crew.
And what's fucked up too is the fact that his daddy slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, right? It just probably like it puts a whole and the mom was fucking on everybody, and shit like that. You know what I mean? It kind of takes an attention away from the actual like decent humanitarian shit he's trying to do. Because man, where was the rest? I mean, the celebrities, they're doing like bottled water drives. Remember that? Like, oh, donate some bottles of water. Like, what are they supposed to shower in this shit? You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, bro. It's like when you're showering in something, bro, that shit's going through your skin pores. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's why if you wanted me to get into a quick bogey rabbit hole real quick about the one conspiracy that I truly believe in is that they put the fluoride in our water because when the fluoride gets in you, you know what I'm saying? It calcifies your pineal gland. And your pineal gland is the third eye, and that's what keeps us connected to the universe and everybody on the earth. And the more disconnected to our third eye we get, you know what I'm saying, the easier it is to control. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they put fluoride in the goddamn water, bruh. You know what I mean? There's other shit they could put in the water that'll clean the water up better. You know what I mean? But why do they filter the water, then treat it with fluoride? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Marty said I could never get into it. Too slow for me. Maybe I'll try again. And I mean, I guess that's one of those things. Like, we have a lot of feel-good stories about like white folks, you know, over the years. Like, there's not too many feel-good stories that aren't involving sports, you know, for minorities, for blacks or Mexicans. So, like, you know, if there's a movie that's like a feel-good story about.
And then they came out with the Hot Cheeto movie. Right? Really got to show some Mexicans some recognition, bro.
I mean, stuff was crazy, man. Like, I mean, we can't really even think
Hot
of
Cheetos changed the game, bro. You thought I was joking?
I mean, fuck, man. Like, everybody fucks with Hot Cheetos. Like, it's crazy. Like, you don't even. I don't know. I just assume, you know, right off the bat that it's this big product of like, you know, I mean, who PepsiCo or Lay or whoever, you know, owns all the chip companies. It's pretty much like it pretty much is like Michael Jordan to Nikes is what like the flaming hot brand is to like PepsiCo or Frito-Lay or whatever. It's huge. It's worth, like they said, like $10 billion or some shit. Like right now, just that section of the chip company.
I mean, they even got it in. They got Hot Cheetos mac and cheese now, bro.
Yeah.
I think they even got it where you could buy the powder and just put that shit on everything. You got Hot Cheeto everything. Like, listen, this is a Hot Cheeto banana, Hot Cheeto fucking ice cream, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look at, hey man, this is just plain old toast, right? Wrong, Hot Cheeto toast.
And fucking, did you know? Like, Hot Cheetos or whatever. You know, I'm not a super fan of spicy. Like, I wouldn't be drinking spicy drinks. But have you seen they have like Mountain Dew spicy or some shit like that now?
I don't know. I mean, only kind of spicy drink I ever really like thought of was a fucking a Bloody Mary, but made with the spicy V8, because that shit makes you feel alive.
Zeb said flaming hot Cheetos ice cream is a thing. Well, he's saying, I don't know if it is a thing. He's saying
like that.
I would like the what's it called? The fucking just like the mac and cheese, you know, the cheese sauce that's in there. Bogey saying just throw that shit on like anything.
I mean, no, I'm just saying they probably sell the powder now. I wouldn't doubt it. You know what I mean? You go to the mall, right? They got a stand. You know, you got the chip. You know what I'm talking about?
Marty said McDonald's Sprite is spicy enough for me when it hits the back of your throat because it's so.
Damn. Hey, listen, I'm a spicy motherfucker, bro. Pause. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not only until recent history, bro, that I stopped eating spicy the way I used to. Because I used to get like say like I went to like a taqueria, right? And I get a burrito. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get like every hot sauce they got, but I'm gonna also tell them to add jalapenos in the burrito. You know what I'm saying? Then when I was younger, I'd be like, I need jalapenos on the side too. Yeah. Because then I need one for like everybody. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Already said bogeys is zesty.
Damn. Bogey sauce. Pause. Right. Yeah, let me get extra bogey sauce on it. Which bogey sauce, sir? Zesty. Yeah, you got spicy bogey sauce, zesty bogey sauce. Hey, I remember Burger King, they used to have a zesty sauce, right? And, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory if you have like honey mustard or barbecue sauce, but you're like zesty sauce. What is in zesty? You know what I mean? Is it just like ketchup? Like what is it? I don't know.
Yeah, no fucking idea. And Zeb said his buddy was in Vegas over last weekend. Told me he got so fucked up that he woke up in an alley by Fremont Street. LOL, hangover shit. Man. You guys, yeah.
You know, I mean, you're missing key parts of the story though. What kind of drugs was he on? You know what I mean? Because like if it was just classic blackout drunk, I mean, you know, that's it happens. But like also, I just want you to be careful of the drugs you take in Vegas.
Yeah.
You always got to do some background check on the drugs. You know, big.
And Chris B said that all changes when you get hemorrhoids.
I'm saying, bro. I didn't leave that part I didn't put that part in the story, but
it also is one of those things. Like as you get used to it a little bit more, you know, right? It's not blowing your intestines up.
I'm pretty sure this ain't just like that. Like my family comes from the third world. You know what I mean? I'm a first generation born Americana, right? Because my grandma, you know what I'm saying, she would always tell me, when you eat spicy food, it makes you live longer. You know what I'm saying? And my grandma used to be the motherfucker that passed me the hot sauce. She ain't hella old, just eating hella spicy shit. I
don't know. When I eat something spicy, if it hits real good and it starts making me sweat, it's like the demons are getting released via the sweat.
They're just fucking exercising the demons. No, but see, that's the point. My point is though that, you know what I'm saying, the old timers, bro, they have like superstitions and traditions for everything, bro, and none of it makes sense to me.
Well, like, I mean, you look at the spicy shit, it's all these fucking herbs and chilies and shit that probably were like remedies.
Okay.
Back in the day.
When my girl was pregnant, right, with our second one, she'd always be hella itchy. Oh, give me the cocoa butter or the coconut oil or whatever it was, right? Oh, I'm so itchy, I don't do stretch marks. Well, she all the time scratching, right? Then my grandma says, you know, that means she has a lot of hair. Right?
Yeah.
The baby, right?
Yeah.
Bro, when the baby was born, dumbass long ass hair, bro.
Yeah.
None of my other kids had long hair out of all four. My second one, she came out, her hair was banging, bro. And I was like, oh shit, maybe there's something to that.
Yeah.
Oh, that just sounds ridiculous though, right?
Yeah. And what up, Clock? He said you're not partying in Vegas until you wake up next to Henry Ruggs.
Damn, bro. At least you'll thank God you woke up. You're like, yeah, thank you. People ain't waking up next to Henry Ruggs, bro. You know what I mean?
And Crispy said, was it Cheech sitting on the toilet screaming, "Come on, ice cream"? I mean, I remember him screaming when he was in the straight jacket, "Scratch my balls! Scratch my balls!"
He was in there fucking scooting around.
My balls itch.
No,
you know what's funny is when Mike Tyson had Cheech and Chong on his podcast.
Oh shit, I gotta watch
that he brought up, and he was dying. Scratch my balls! Scratch my balls!
Oh shit. Now, I remember when he was butt naked on the fucking elevator, the glass elevator.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't remember him on the toilet though.
Yeah, I don't remember him on the toilet either. I mean, even then, what we're talking about, he was in the straight jacket in the nut house, like, and he was just like, you know, chained, arms chained back, and he was like on the ground, like trying to like scooting to like, you know, scratch his balls.
He was trying to scratch his balls to no avail.
I can't scratch my balls.
Oh man, motherfucking that. Oh,
so
you know, it's crazy too, because that's like, you know, that's one of those things you don't think of, huh? You think of like, fuck, man, I'm in a straight jacket, so I'm in a crazy house. It's fucked up. Like it's such a bad situation, but you don't think about, damn, what if my balls is itchy, bro?
Anything though, wouldn't it be the worst if you just couldn't scratch your nose and you just had the worst itch on your nose?
Yeah, or there's someone in there with you. Scratch my nose, bro. He just kicks you in the face. Pow! He's like, my bad. You wanted me to scratch you?
And then him specifically, I mean, shit, he's in a room all by himself.
Yeah,
so
right.
He doesn't even have anyone who he could be like, hey, scratch my balls.
See, that's where you start like trying to channel your inner Houdini. You're like, all right, this motherfucker got out of this shit somehow. And then you realize, like, oh yeah, magic's not real. He had a motherfucking key or some bullshit.
Well, it's really the double jointed motherfuckers. Like, I mean, I think that's how they get out of the straight jacket somehow, right? Like popping the shit out of place, and then you get your hands, well, from where they're behind you pretty much to in front of you. And I don't know, that shit's wild.
Yeah, the motherfuckers go, but the next thing you know, They drive in the car. He said, "Why? Hey, you know why the lowriders got the little chain steering wheel? Why, man? So they can drive with the handcuffs, man.
You get it? You get it?
You get it? Holy shit!
Red is such an awesome character. As Zeb said, along came Polly Ben Stiller eating the spicy food. Didn't Ben Stiller like almost die like in that scene in the movie?
I love that movie because I love what's her name, man, with her squinty eyes. Hell yeah, she was bad. But yeah, fucking he has like extreme OCD.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a big deal. He was eating the fucking, remember he was like rubbing the fucking on the ground.
Yeah.
Gross.
The basketball scene was so fucking funny in that movie.
Oh yeah.
I gotta put it on here. R.I.P. Hold on.
Who died in that motherfucker?
I can't remember his name off the top, but it's the guy
who's like, the blonde dude.
Ruby!
Yeah, he was terrible. He was shooting his own true Hollywood story.
So I did a lot of thinking last night. It's something I'm pretty excited about.
What's up? Nice. Let it rain.
Cannot make a shot to save his life.
You know, get my life back on track. So,
I think this might be the debut of Shard.
Oh, that's a mistake.
I think it was.
That's not right for you, dude.
Shard.
Rain dance.
Rain dance.
Hey, you guys want to play some twos? You know what? Actually, we're kind of in the middle of a conversation.
You douchebags bring your A game?
What was that?
I'm just messing with you, Sasquatch. Let's get it on. Take it roll! Take it roll! Rain dance!
Sandy, come on! Sandy!
White chocolate!
White chocolate.
Raindrops! Old school! T! Come out! I'm burning. My lungs are burning. Come out!
So fucking goofy. Rain Man.
He said white chocolate. That's funny. That's funny. Hey, that motherfucker was terrible.
And Clock said magic is real. Sometimes you put a voodoo curse on Shaq and he can't make free throws.
Listen, man, that voodoo shit's real, man. Don't fuck with that shit, man. Don't let nobody put no chicken bones around a picture of you, man. Say some little 1-2s, man. Don't fuck with it.
What up, Peacock? Peacock back in the building.
Okay, listen. We all have to pressure Clock now. Clock, you're on the clock. We're going to Vegas.
You gotta get out to Vegas with us, Clock. You gotta do it. August
We got
18th, 19th, and 20th.
Yes, there's 3 days. Show for one of them at minimum.
Yeah.
And we're all gonna embrace.
Gotta get out there, Clock. It's gonna be dope. Peacock's going, Guru's going, Bogey's going. I'm hosting. It's gonna be super dope. I cannot wait.
I thought I was hosting too, bro.
Bogey is gonna be the host. It is Bogey's boot camp.
Yes, don't. I told him boot camp was canceled so that I could surprise him that boot camp's on. Welcome to Bogey's boot camp. See, they didn't know that we have a special teams, fantasy football special teams guest, Clock management. Let's go. Special forces. I'm sorry.
That would be dope.
Fantasy football special forces. I'm calling in the big dogs.
He said he's gonna try to make it. There we go.
Hell yeah.
We want to see you down there, Clock.
Clock's a prankster. If he goes, he'll tell us, "Sorry guys, I can't make it."
And then
he'll be there. He'll be there like, "This is my bed. Like, this is my room, Clock." Nah. Not here first. How the fuck did he get here first? Then I look at the flyer, hosted by Clock Management. Now he's hosting it.
It's funny when Bogey puts on the white voice. There's always a sprinkle of Norm Macdonald in there.
I'm the guy. If I would have ever met Norm, rest in peace, I would have been like, "Hey, I do an impression of you." That's what he says, right? He's like,
Hollywood Cole in the house. What up, bro?
What up, Hollywood? It's funny because that's what he said. He said, people always come up to me and be like, hey, I do an impression of you. Hey, I'm Norm Macdonald. That's pretty good.
Yeah, doing an impression to like your friends definitely going to be different than doing an impression to the person itself. Because I mean, unless you're really taking it serious, but a lot of times it might be like Norm Macdonald.
No, but the more serious you are, right? The more sincere you are, and the more bad the impression is. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Clock said he's showing up in camo and a drill sergeant hat.
There you go. Bogey's boot camp, right? With drill sergeant, special enforcer, clock management.
And Zeb said, what about this one? Mahomes and a 2024 fourth for Lamar Andrews, Josh Downs, a 24 first, a 24 third.
That would.
I'm still want Mahomes.
I still want Mahomes. I was about to say, like, that's never ever gonna be like, yeah. I mean, yeah.
What up, Banks? Good morning, you filthy animals. Let's smoke a bowl. Let's get it.
Wilson, so demanding.
Peacock said that's so awkward to do an impersonation of someone right in front of their face. And that's what's funny.
I do it all the time. It's funny because like there was like a good 2-year stretch where damn near every day, like on the clock, pun intended, I'm on the phone with Clock. And it would always be one of the times of the day would always be when my girl was home for lunch. And back in the Bay, she worked like 5 minutes from the crib. So she was at home every day for lunch. And my girl would always do impressions of Clock. Be like, oh yeah, I heard you on Clock. She would. It's funny because we probably don't sound like Clock at all. You know what I mean? Yeah, I be trying to do Guru all the time.
And Zeb said, I get Mahomes Superflex Dynasty on that. I mean, I'm assuming that person didn't send it to you. I'm assuming that's like something that you're just sending to the person.
Yeah, listen, man, if I'm that person, I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah,
you got to send a QB and like a big dog, like the Frog type of motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like a Chase or a Jefferson or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to have something real enticing. Because this motherfucker you're getting the number one QB in fantasy as it stands. Plus something that's more polarizing and shit that don't even matter for fantasy, like the fact that he's the reigning MVP and he's the Super Bowl champion MVP. Like, who was
the last person that even did that? I mean, it's been so long since someone's won
Aaron Rodgers. That was like, no, actually, no. It was like Kurt Warner, right?
Yeah.
Actually,
yeah, it's legit been 20 plus years since this shit's actually happened. Because Aaron Rodgers didn't win the MVP when they won.
I'm guilty of that polarizing shit. Last year, I loved Gabe Davis. He was like my mid-round champion to like target at the receiver position, right? And like
the fantasy footballers fucked that whole thing up for us.
Yeah, that is true. Shit, but my point is like it's hard to unsee that 4 touchdown game on a big stage in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
2 years ago at this point.
2 years ago. You know what I mean? And now it's getting further. I'm like, yeah, all right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you could just get Gabe Davis way, way, way later. And if he is the thing, you're happy that you got him way, way late. But he's a guy that you'd be able to drop, I would imagine, and pick something up. If you know what I mean, if he would continue to be the unpredictable, inconsistent option in fantasy. You know what I mean? He's like truly boomer bust, right?
And Bake said, do you think Lamb and Geno for Mahomes would do it? No, I don't think so.
Not the Geno part. I think Lamb plus what other QB you got? I mean, maybe you start chucking it full of first rounders. What is this guy? Is this guy even winning? Is the Mahomes team a winner? That matters too.
It almost doesn't matter if the Mahomes team is a winner.
No, but I'm just saying though, because what if the Mahomes team is like doing so bad that he's like, all right, God damn it, I've had enough.
You legit have to find someone that doesn't like Mahomes. Like Magoob's traded Mahomes away, and I thought it was the craziest thing in the world. He got Jared Goff and a couple other pieces. And I was like, damn, I would have known. I would have gotten the mix.
And he got 2 first rounds which got him Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson. But that doesn't even make me. That's not even one of Mahomes.
Both of those guys might never equal Mahomes as himself. Like, you know,
listen, those guys aren't even catching on a stick to Mahomes, man.
See, Derek's on it now. Gabe Davis, boo.
Okay, I'll show me. Gabe Davis will show all you guys.
Here's the reason why Gabe Davis will be on a couple of my teams, because he's like the last pick in like a lot of, you know, last offensive pick in a lot of these. Like, it's what we wanted him to be drafted as last year until the fucking fantasy footballers started championing him as, like, you know, one of their my guys, and then he was like a 5th round draft pick everywhere.
I hope Josh Allen wasn't like. I just hope Josh Allen is the truth. Like, and you know what I'm saying? It's not just this volume-based thing. You know what I mean?
They're not doing things to build around him well.
They're not, right? I mean, the Diggs thing was the best thing they did.
Yeah. And then they just stopped. Like, they really thought Gabe Davis. They thought Gabe Davis was about to be a 3rd-year breakout also. You know, they were banking heavy.
I mean, look at they try to do things in-house outside of Diggs, like with Gabe Davis or with Dawson Knox, or now with, you know, then with Shakir or Kincaid. And then, you know, these guys are some fairly high draft capital guys. I mean, Kincaid was what, a first rounder or second rounder?
Pretty sure he went in the first
rounder, right? Late first, so
end of the first, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's why everyone's so hyped on him, thinking that he's going to come out and be like, you know, the number 2 on the team, like, right away, even though that's fucking crazy to think that. Infinite in the house. What up, bro?
What's happening?
And Doug said, Ted, tell me how to get paid to smoke and talk football. Just got to get in front of a camera and be consistent.
Yeah.
And know what the fuck they're talking about, because, like, that was another thing too. When I started this and I was just doing solo shows and question and answers, like, if I was spouting stupid shit, you know, in my questions, even though I was smoking, like, I mean, nobody would have kept coming back, but the hit rate is just there because we do this.
The funniest shit is when I joined the show for real, and then they would be like, you would start to see certain comments like, these fucking stoners over here, these fucking guys are on mushrooms and they think, like, motherfucker, shut up.
I mean, well,
they didn't think, but also because now that I was here, I was flashing on motherfuckers too.
Well, it's funny because even in the beginning,
hold on, what's that guy's name? Fuck him.
In the beginning, people would get pissed though. They're like, "Man, this motherfucker smoked like 5 bowls, but only answered like 3 questions in the last like 15 minutes or something." But it was sometimes it's going into it's liking to answer the questions and going into depth, and that's one thing that we had to cut down a little bit. The 10-minute, you know, explanations on why you should start X player over Y player.
And I loved it too because it's like the motherfuckers that knew what's up. It's like, bro, we have Q&As every day during the season, basically. So it's like, go through, and this question that you ask on Tuesday, it might have a different answer Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, bro. Just, you know what I mean? Just take
it changes every day.
Because, you know what I mean, we're locked in, you know what I mean? Every bit of every little tidbit of information that comes out, we funnel it through the stream. So, you know what I mean? And then our community is dope as fuck too. Because, you know, all y'all in the chat, a lot of times y'all be beating us, bro. Woo, whoop, just broke. Like, oh shit, okay. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we rocking over here.
Hell yeah. And Infinite said, is Harold Landry dust? Kind of. I mean,
it's I don't think so. It's just he's coming off the ACL. That's it. He was supposed to be the guy like that why you know what I mean? Like it was supposed to be him and Jeff Simmons, bro. You know what I mean? Like those are the 2 guys that are supposed to be their pass rushers. And Harold Landry was doing his thing, bro. I was excited for him last year. I had him in a ton of them startups. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's what let the wind out of his sails. Is like we find like this is supposed to be the year, and yeah, he was doing good, but yeah, I mean it just sucks. Like the injury is so polarized.
You want to know how? You want to know why I remember this so much? Because I had so much Harold Landry, and then like, man, in the League 14, I was like, ooh, I was doing a trade with Titans, and I'm like, oh, he loves the Titans. Let me just throw in Harold Landry and make the deal sweeter. You know what I mean? As soon as he got him, bro, that motherfucker tore his ACL. I swear to God, bro.
And Doug says, y'all hiring. We're not hiring people to just like smoke weed and talk.
Is
like,
that, hold on, is that guy getting high with getting Doug with high? Is that
I
him?
don't know if
If
it
it's
is.
him, you're hired. Is that the comedian Doug, whatever the fuck his name is? That
we need people on the team who know how to edit, people who know how to, who are just good with social media.
You know what we need immediately? Somebody who will just chop clips of the show. You want a job, you're on. You're hired, bro. You know what I mean? It's an internship. You're hired for the internship. You know what I mean?
Clock said there's a guy I know that made a website that looks like GPT. He said, but it's not AI. It's just him that replies to their message.
Oh, that's hard.
Hell yeah, that's good.
That's hard.
Pretending it's AI, but it's really just the dude there answering. That's fucking
That's
dope.
almost like an information hotline that I always wanted back when I was a kid.
Right?
1-900 bogeys. Like, you just ask me anything. That's really the origin of why we do this show now.
Infinite said, is Juana Man Johnson fucked because Foster Moreau is there? Should I try to get Moreau? I think Juana Man Johnson is fucked because like he plays on a team that is never going to use the tight end the way that they used to. Like he's
the tight end's usually the second leader in receiving touchdowns, though. You know what I mean? It might even be in the leader of touchdowns last year for that team because they were just so bad at receiver. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and look since
actually Olave got 8. I think Olave got 8, right? Did you get 8?
Just look at like the tight end production since Jimmy Graham left. Like, I mean, it's so hit or miss, and they get multiple guys involved.
Okay, let's do this. Hold on, this is so
ugly. Just muddies the waters.
Yeah, my man, the Stanford legend, Kobe. What was his name? Kobe. He had the long hair. He came from the Colts. He used to play with Andrew Luck in college and in the NFL. Damn, Kobe Fleener.
Yeah.
Kobe Fleener. That was like life.
Right. You had me questioning myself when I said Fleener and didn't do
it.
I
didn't hear you. My bad. Yeah, Kobe Fleener.
Yeah, Clock said Kobe Bryant.
Damn, who else do they have, bro? Oh, they brought in Reed. That terrible. I'm not Reed. Jared. What's his name? He came from the Raiders. He also played for the Packers, and he was drafted to the Rams. Damn, what was his name, bro? I hate him as much as I hate Mark Ingram.
Jared Cook.
Jared Cook. Fuck him.
There we go.
Fuck Jared Cook. See, I hate him so much to try to forget his name. But all those guys, I think Jared Cook's probably the only one that actually would have 5 tugs and shit. You're never able to start this motherfucker week to week. You know what I mean? That's why tight end leagues suck, because you end up starting fuckers like that. You know what I mean? Because you have to start a tight end. If you don't have one of the big dogs, you scrambling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, one thing I want to do. We already talked about this for sure, but I want to get more. What's it called? Trivia stuff going, and I think this would be good.
That's why I want Clock to go, bro. Because if Clock goes, we'll have he'll be one of the dope contestants on Jeopardy. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I think we gotta start doing more trivia. Like, it's just one of those things that people love fucking watching. People love fucking. But I mean. We got to go in a little. I hate it because when I don't win, I'm so angry. We got to go in a little bit more short form than what we do, but I feel like it'd be good throwing on TikTok and on the YouTube Shorts and things like that. Where it could be anything. Like who are the wide receivers that went over 1,000 yards last year? But like literally just questions like that. We're doing little 10-minute segments, on YouTube. And then we turn those into 3 or 4 minute segments for like TikTok and shit like that. But people love fucking trivia. Like how often are we doing trivia? And it's like the numbers on the show are kind of higher than the other because people are just wanting to answer the question or get in the mix. But we need people coming up with that's so you're challenging me to a trivia off right now. Is that what you're saying?
See, and what I wanted, we got to get it to where one day you come up with a trivia topic and the 10 answers or 20 answers. And then, then it'll be me doing it another day. And then maybe one time we have Marty doing it from the chat, or maybe he comes on, to be the host with the question and giving people the yes or no, when it's someone on the list. But I really like the trivia. I know everyone else
Yeah,
does.
you want to
gotta
compete.
figure out how to.
You want to compete too.
Well, and I know it's good content. Like that's the thing. Like people fucking love trivia, and if we can get it to where we have, short form trivia, 10, 15 minute, and we're doing the 1,000-yard rushers from last year, the 4,500. I mean, those are just like just easy things popping up in my head. But then we just keep diving deeper. Who were maybe a couple wide receivers who got 1,000, like teammates who got like 1,000 in a year, like something over like a couple years.
Who is Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle?
Who's T. Higgins and Jamar Chase? And wait, he might not have had 1,000 last year, did he, Chase? Year before he did.
Oh, Chase did miss some time, huh? He missed significant time last year. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Well, that's why the first one that jumped out at me was whatchamacallit, because they were top 12. They're both top 12 finishers.
This is a good question. Clock said, what running back has the most TDs under 500 yards in a season?
Most TDs?
Mike Tolbert.
I was going to say Jerome Bettis. It's one of the later years.
Right? I mean, there were those last couple years when we were looking at his stats, he wasn't like going crazy on the yards. He was going crazy on the
punching
touchdown.
it in.
Ooh,
I mean, LeGarrette Blount.
Jordan Howard, he said. How many
Jay Howie
touchdowns and how many yards did he have? That was a good one, though.
That might even been the Eagles' year. Shit, I think I'll pick the baby.
Okay.
Hold on, let me see.
Infinite said, Judy or Sutton, one's getting traded, or do you think both will stay? I think both are going to stay. And Derek said, ask Bogey who are the two rookies with 1,000-yard rushing or more last year. When he comes back on, we'll get that. 7 TDs, 466 yards. And what was that, the Eagles or was that the Bears? Jordan Howard. I feel like that had to be the Eagles, Jordan Howard. Good to go?
Oh yeah, we're good. No, because when my girl got the surgery, say like the baby, she like, when she sleeps, how babies is, bro, they wake up sideways, you got a foot in your neck, you know what I mean? So like,
yeah.
So me and the baby's been sleeping in the boys' room, but that's like right above us, you know what I mean? But it's been like a routine now when we do the show. Like at one point, I know I get loud, I wake her up.
Yeah.
But we got the noise maker in there, but nothing defeats the bogey frequency. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. And then just throwing it out there, guys, the best ball drafts, we're filling the Sopranos slow draft. We got 2 spots there. And then Major League.
What was the name of the diner he always ate at?
At the Sopranos?
Yeah.
Yeah, no idea.
I don't know either. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, definitely. Sopranos trivia would not be the thing I'd be.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know. I don't know Soprano at all.
Okay, yeah. Clock said it was on the Eagles. Yeah, Jordan Howard. He said 7 TDs and 466 yards. Wow.
Because LeGarrette Blount, he did go over 500 that 2015 year when he had like 18 like 1-yard plunges. You feel me? Like, yeah. He was like, bro, he was.
Derek's got a trivia question for you, Bogey. He said, Bogey, who are the 2 rookies with 1,000-yard rushing or more last season?
Fuck you. Next question. I'll wager it all, actually.
Let's see the new puff pass.
Cam.
This is a good one. Let me throw this up on the screen so people can see. Get ready for tomorrow's playmakers. Derek's fucking cracking up.
Stop it, Derek. You're gonna make me wake the baby up.
All right, let's see. Here we go.
See that made me so mad. I gotta roll another one. Yeah, it makes me mad.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad we got the 420 crew playlist going for like music now. It's pretty dope. We've had more subscribers over the last couple days because of that coming in. So we're definitely finding more stoners are finding us. That's for sure.
That's the thing about stoners, right? they go looking for it. You know what I mean? Stoners are some of the most resourceful people you ever meet.
Come on, man.
If you aren't the guy, you have to find the guy. You know, like anytime I've ever been out of my realm, like I'm, you know what I'm saying, like there's been some times, bro, like, you know what I mean, it gets tough, bro. I'm somewhere else on foreign soil, bro, and I ain't got no tree, and I gotta go around identifying the motherfuckers that got it. And I definitely don't look like no fucking cop. So I always find it, man.
I remember when and Peacock said, yo, is that on? Okay, so there is a 420 Crew playlist on Spotify, but we're really pushing the YouTube 420 playlist. And you'll see on all these, Peacock, that the 420 Crew logo is all over it now. You'll see it. It's on the thumbnail. And then it's just on the screen, like while the music's playing. And there's even a couple songs like the Bong Song and Weed Life where the 420 Crew like logo is kind of like there's no album that those songs came from. So I just literally put the 420 Crew like logo just there in the middle, you know, to really promote to these stoners. And yeah, they've been finding us. So.
Folks, man, we gotta get some. What's my guy, bruh? We gotta get some Curtis, man. Some Curtis Mayfield on there. You know what I'm saying? When you push your man.
And Peacock said, "Oh, sweet, badass." Yeah, follow the playlist, and there's going to be more and more songs. I literally just started this a couple days ago, but we got multiple albums, you know, on there right now. Mac Ray, Revolution. Then we got like, you know, some Humpty Dance on there, some Ika Mouse.
Hey, how do you? So hold on, because I got because me and Irv got the Firewater album on thing. So I text my man last night. I was like, hey, we got to figure this out, how we can get this shared revenue going from our music that's on, because our music that's on YouTube's published. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm not exactly. I mean, that's something that I'm
that's
sure
out of my pay grade right now.
Through a Google search, I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard to find.
You know, me and Google right now, you know, we're having issues right now.
But yeah, I mean, because just getting the shared revenue, and maybe because I don't even think it's something necessarily that like the channel has to be monetized to even get any kind of shared revenue, because really just owning the rights to the music.
Yeah, because well, it's just like, see, that's because this is the day and age we're living in, right? Like even when I sample shit, you know what I'm saying? When they clear my samples, it's not that they're giving me permission to make 100% of the money from the
Right.
revenues, whatever, however it's coming. In this case, streams, right?
Well, when they,
what they're doing is they're taking whatever portion that they see fit.
Right. It's a lot of times it's just 50.
I mean, it's not 50. It'd be like, you know, 20. You know, like it'd be less than 20. I'm sampling like, you know what I mean? Like,
I guess it depends, because you could take more of it or less of it.
That's a good question. That's a good question, to be honest with you, because I usually just get happy as fuck when they clear. Because I'm 99% of the time I've been on my sample hype this last like 5 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm kind of bringing it back.
Like millions of dollars, you know, coming in from it. It's really just about making quality product, right?
Think about this: if there's bazillions of streams from like whatever song, right? But I got a sample on it, and so I don't own 100% of the revenue. 100% of the revenue isn't obligated to me. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
you know
for sure.
You know, right now,
like, I mean, you wouldn't be able to get anything if they don't approve it.
Here's a big example. Fucking Juice WRLD. He sampled a Police sample. Sting owns that shit. Okay. Sting was like, and the song, kids, including myself, you know, we'll flip some shit, put it out on SoundCloud, shit like that. This is during that time, especially. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then like it starts doing hella numbers, and it makes its way to the radio. Now, when you're on the radio, you know, this is radio is like Clear Channel, other major commercially owned joints. So when you get spins, that's publishing right there. There's money there's revenue for that. Yeah, he was like, screw that. This is my shit. So it was basically like he had his old song became a #1 hit again, basically. You know what I mean?
Napster really changed the game though with all that, right? With just I don't know, maybe
no. Well, see, here's the thing: Napster was outright stealing people's shit, pirating shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just mean as far as like
it
streaming.
changed the game as far as like, hey, this is a good idea here. You know what I mean? But how could we get them to listen to the shit? Like okay, iPods, there wasn't nothing. Once you download to your iPod, that's yours. There was no, you know, you listen to it a million times, it don't matter for the artist. So they didn't like it when you're on Napster stealing shit and you put it on your iPod,
For sure.
or you're burning on a CD, because nothing ever had now forever. They don't even need to buy the music. And then like now you have this thing where it's like, okay, Pandora. I would say Pandora's the one that changed the game, bro. Because Pandora was like,
does Pandora even exist without Napster?
Maybe not, but I'm just saying, like, as far as the streaming shit went, and plus, like, the iPod. See, people don't know there's the iPod. Used to be the iPod was like the early hub for podcasts, because you know the iPod used to have like the thing like the Apple Radio shit or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so like, you know, there's bits and pieces, but it's not until somebody blows it up.
For sure.
Somebody or blows up because of it. You know what I mean? Like for example, who was it Adam Carolla? They say like he's like the one that really blew up podcasting. It already existed, but like
and he was on radio and
because he was doing radio. Then he was using the radio to get people to come over to the podcast, and then you start getting sponsorships on the podcast. People say, "Oh shit, wait a second, we get paid to just," you know what I mean? And then these are like, and because there was a market for the long playing conversation type content, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I was definitely one of those motherfuckers. Like, I would see a 4-hour interview and I'd be like, cool, I'll knock this out in a day. Like, just keep revisiting it until I finish it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the shit, all my shit. Man, come on now. Anytime I'm on a motherfucker, we're doing a long playing joint. You feel me?
Yeah.
We get out of here every morning to get to a motherfucker. It's like, right? Like, this. I grew up loving motherfuckers like Howard Stern or the Doghouse. Like, if anybody from the Bay Area is aware of the Doghouse, like morning shows was the shit to me. You know what I mean? Because you wake up, everybody's going about their day. You're like you're the background to people like in the morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because all these motherfuckers was for me.
And Doug, send me a message on Facebook. I'm throwing in my Facebook account.
Yeah, Doug, that'd be tight to work. You know what I'm saying? Well, because listen, Doug, we had a long list.
He said, when do I start? We need to be like the Three Stooges. Well, I can't give you an eye poke like through the screen, like.
And here's the thing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we.
Yeah, what up, Devo? Let's smoke it up.
We've had a long list of other individuals that we've brought on before. You know what I mean? So like we're going about it a little different this time. You know what I mean?
Super selective. Like, we like to see people like in the chat, you know, a bunch to know that they really like rock with our vibe, you know, shit like that. And,
because we brought on people as interns, we brought on people as paid like workers. We've done it all, A to Z. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we just, you know, it's got to be like it really got to be one of us type of shit. Like, and like a lot of the people that's coming to Vegas from our community, they don't even feel like they're part of the community. It feels like they're part of the team. You know what I mean? Because they've been rocking with us for so long, and now you know we're about to party in Vegas and do this thing, you know what I mean? We're just all some grown ass men that love this fantasy shit. It's funny, right?
Oh yeah. And like one of my favorite.
Universe, give me money.
One of my favorite quotes is from the league. There's a lot of things that men can do with their time, or there's a lot of interesting things. Or yeah, man, hold on, let's see, what is it?
Now you're doing the bogey, you're just slaughtering it.
No, yeah, slaughtering it. I don't want to.
Hold on. See, I just realized something. I don't slaughter sayings from things. I just make them my own.
Yeah, hold on.
Because I don't remember them correctly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hold on.
Shout out to Ellis Greens and shout out to my man Heart to Start Cat, man. This finally is woo. That's my favorite weed in the world, bro. Everybody check them out on Instagram. Ellis Greens. Man, I'm so high. How do you spell it? ELLIS Greens. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. God bless fantasy football. There are many things a man can do with his time, and this is better than those things.
You know, it's funny because I probably would have gotten into fantasy and all this shit way earlier, but like I was running around getting pussy and buddy and shit like that, right? And then like when I had my second kid, you know, all my homies, bro, they've been playing fantasy for like a decade before I got in that motherfucker. Maybe not a decade, like 5-6 years, you know what I mean? And motherfuckers had work league, and motherfuckers had the home league, and then like I go to the studio. Yeah, I go to the studio, and motherfuckers they got their studio league. You know what I'm saying? And I'm watching it like I'll be in the lab and they're talking about trying to make a trade. I'm like, shut the fuck up, bro. I'm writing. You know, I used to be annoyed by this shit. We be playing poker and then Steamboat and then they talking about family. Man, you trying to distract me, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and then next you know, I'm the motherfucker doing the content.
And it's crazy because I mentioned the origin story for me even finding out about fantasy football, and it's insane because I get arrested on the night of the night before the Super Bowl. I mean, it was already like the day of the Super Bowl. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning or something, and that was the Steelers and Seahawks game. And then, because my luck was running out that year, I got arrested again the first day of the NFL season, and I couldn't do anything at that point. Like, it was legit go get any kind of job that I could get that's going to last for like a month. And my friend worked at Subway, and I just got a job being playing in sandwich at Subway, and it was in a ritzy area where I got crazy tips, so it ended up being good. And the guy who I was working with at Subway was like, man, check this shit out. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's fantasy football. It's like, look, it's on Yahoo. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? And that's how it all started.
What's that dude's name?
I can't even remember. That's all. I was literally around that person for maybe a month or two of my entire life. But he was the one who made me to fantasy.
He died that very next day, but he served his purpose. He showed me the error of my ways.
And they were such degenerates that they did a draft after the football season started, because I told you I got arrested on the very first day of the football season, and it was like the next week I'm working at Subway, and they like want to do another draft because they were so fucking excited about it. And, that's when it all started. I started my league next year. After that, we had to work out the kinks, and I'd say 2008 is when the real inaugural start of the that league happened.
Yeah, I'm ready to go to war again this year, bro. It's going down. How many days away are we? 76. Is it the gas station? We're at the gas station now. We're gassing up.
72.
72. Oh shit! Damn, I lost 4 days.
72.
What'd I do the last 4 days?
Because on Friday, when we get to Friday, there's 69 days before the season.
69 dudes.
And yeah, Derek said Ellis Greens. I know Derek's excited for it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, shout out to
working. We're gonna be working on getting. You're gonna be working on getting a bunch there. Because yeah, we gotta have the Ellis Greens.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, making my picks over here. Just made my pick in the 40.
Are you on the? I think you might be on the 24, right?
I think I made my pick over there already.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you took the Great White Hope, Mike White.
Yeah,
White Mike himself.
I got Tua. Had to lock him in.
Yeah, I felt like look, I locked in Heineke, even though Ritter's my third QB, but just in case all that nonsense everybody be talking. You know what I mean? Plus, that's just doing due diligence in the Superflex dynasty startup when you got a motherfucking 50-man rosters type shit.
For sure. Hell yeah.
What are we, around 37?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to switch it to 2-hour clocks here pretty soon. Start speeding this thing up.
You know what I mean? I mean, at least when we get to like the 35 marker or something. You know what I mean? Which Johnny's in this one? Is that Europe Johnny? Or London Johnny?
Let me go see.
Isn't it?
I swear it might be both.
He's at the 12 ball in 24. Because it's funny, because like what he chops it up all the time. Like when if he's on the clock and I'm like sending him like trying to get out like a trade in.
So that's not Johnny from across the pond. No.
Okay, because that Johnny, right? He's funny. The one in 24, he was like, my bad. He's like, I'm barely seeing your trade offer. He's like, I'm at work, and there's this girl with a sweet tushy. Okay, word. I'm like, he's like, yeah, she plays fantasy too. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, what does she think of my trade offer then? I'm like, yo.
That shit's funny. And Yeah, it's hilarious. On the league when they go to Vegas, they go to a strip club, and like they're just talking, they're chopping it up, getting ready for the draft because it's going to be like the next day or whatever.
Of
And
course, they're talking about fantasy football at the strip club, though.
at the strip club, yeah. And then the stripper, she was like, "Oh, what are you guys talking about over here, huh?" And they're like, "Fantasy football." And she was like, "Oh, okay." She was like, "What kind of league do you guys play in? Superflex, IDP, auction?" And they're like, it's just an 8-man fantasy football league where the winners buy the loser dinner, or the loser buys the winner dinner or whatever." And she was like, "Oh yeah, I won my league last year." And then the interest has peaked, is because like
they all suck at fantasy really bad.
Well, there's pretty much only been 2 winners in this league. It's been Pete, who's won 3 times, and then Taco somehow won one of those times.
Wow. Okay. So now they're going into year 5.
Yeah, and everybody. So this is yeah, something like that. Yeah, they won. Who won it the year before? Was it? It was Andre who won it the year before. Yeah, it was Andre, the nerdy guy, who won it the year before. But he was actually having their trophy is called the Shiva, and it's based on a girl that they knew in high school, an Indian girl named Shiva. And he got together with Shiva. She just moved back to Chicago, and he started banging her, and that was like his good luck, and like what propelled him pretty much to win.
So he was the inaugural champion.
No, he wasn't the inaugural champion. In the show, he was the. They're already 4 years
into it because it was so legendary that he was laminating her.
No. It was okay. My bad. It was always named Shiva. She just moved back to town, and then he got with her.
He started waxing her. He started waxing and taxing her, and then he wins the thing.
He got all the luck. All the luck was coming down.
I ain't gonna lie. Good luck head is real, bro.
Yeah, and man, that was just one of the funniest parts. So like they're always trying to find the edge.
All the big dogs get fellatio before the big game, bro.
Who's gonna get the edge? Is what it's all about. And yeah, like even in the first season.
Hold on, I gotta make this call real quick, right?
Even in the first season, I know you guys remember that the Oracle, the 12-year-old or 11-year-old kid, who no life, no women, or no responsibilities. Just fantasy football advice. And Meg said, does it feel like a bag of sand? Oh, man, that's a classic from a 40-year-old version. When you grab a boob and it like feels like a bag of sand. Like, what? Have you ever touched a boob before? Totally outed. Makes so much sense. He's a virgin. So fucking funny. And Peacock said, started my own league back in 2015. Had played only once before that, back in 2002 on Yahoo. And Peacock said, doesn't the wife win? I can't remember. Yeah, so let me see. So season 1 is Andre who wins. Season 2 is Ruxin who wins. And then season 3, Kevin wins. And then I think season 4, the wife Jenny wins. I can't remember 5 and 6. I think, I know Andre. Pretty sure Andre wins again. I don't think Pete ever wins. Like Pete wins the $1 million or whatever. Like on is it DraftKings that he's playing on? It might be DraftKings. There goes Bogey back in the house.
Yes, I just had to make sure everything's working clockwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And in the beginning of the league, Kevin, he's the guy is the commissioner who can like never win. He does win one year. But it's his wife who sets everything with his lineup and stuff, and that's like a big running joke.
Damn. Damn. Don't do that. You know what's crazy is me too. And when Ricky Williams was here, that's one thing he said straight out on my personality chart. He was like, "You're always looking for that confirmation to prove you're already right." You know what I'm saying? Because and I noticed that too because man, there's been so many times for fantasy specifically. You know what I mean? I'll be like, that somebody will hit me or I'll be in a conversation with somebody and they'll be like, "You started so and so, you're tripping, bro. You got whoop on your bench, bro. He's about to woo, da, 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 da." And then I'll be like, "Nah, I'll make my case." And then it'll fuck me up and I'll do like a late minute swap. And I'll be like, "I'm never listening to that motherfucker ever again about anything in life."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for life now.
See, one of the funny things that they have is like,
listen, we'll be on the plane. The plane's going down. He's like, "Here's a parachute, bro. You need this." Nah, bro.
One of the things that they
never
have
listening to him.
running long storylines from season to season is like how these people get like fantasy nirvana or whatever, just like getting the eureka, syndrome. And one of the ones recently that I was watching was Ruxin. They're doing yoga. And it's this girl who's in front of him and she's got a tramp stamp and he just like staring at that tramp stamp and goes into like, it opens the third eye or something. And he pretty much has fantasy nirvana and everyone is, they're saying whatever chant they're doing. And his chant is Vincent Jackson.
That's hella funny, man.
And there was another one where, so Andre and Rafi start getting into beef. And Rafi's fucking crazy. As soon as he starts talking, he pulls out a switchblade, pulls out the knife.
Nice.
and Andre is like, whoa, man, put away the knife. And he's like, no. He was like, here, take it. And he gives him the knife and he pulls it out and he's like, all right, see, now we're talking. They got to both have the knives. And Rafi he chokes out Andre to the point of him like almost blacking out, but getting the fantasy nirvana and seeing what lineup moves he needs.
That's funny.
Like I see it all.
They choked me out again. Damn.
Rafi plays. He talks shit about their 8-man league. He was like, "Nah, man." He was like, "You guys' league is weak." He's like, "I only play in a domination league now." He's like, "What's that? 12-man super flex. Winner gets to punch the loser in the face."
That was my league.
And Peacock said,
my league.
He always has pocket hot dogs.
Pocket hot dogs?
Yep. No wrapper, no nothing. Just straight up loose hot dog. Bun and all in the pocket. And
I mean, just in case, what's crazy is that's smart. If you're about to hit a lick on a crib that might have a dog in that motherfucker, you know what I mean? Shut that dog up real quick and some pocket hot dogs. When you said pocket hot dogs, I was thinking what kind of crazy card game is that? I'm like, I'll raise you.
Nope, legit
pocket hot dog. Damn, lint and everything.
And
you buy some for $3. It's like $2.17. He just puts all kind of change in the pocket with the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Damn.
One of the funny episodes that they
just
do.
Eats the hot dogs just out of nowhere. He just be like, "I'm hungry." Boom.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times it happens on the toilet, man. That's where he usually pulls out the pocket dogs and starts eating them.
On the toilet. It's
toilet.
This got to be ritualistic here. Because you know what I mean? This is insane. I've done some crazy shit for fantasy, but it's never been crazy like that. But it's always been like this pair of dress socks. It happened for 2 years, but I won 2 years. So those 2 years. So it was a real thing.
Rafi's a savage, man. Like his girlfriend, and he brings his girlfriend around Margaret, the watermelon. It starts getting wild.
So the dude carries around pocket hot dogs, and he has a watermelon named Margaret with a hole in it that he fucks. It's basically he fucks this watermelon.
2 holes, because there's one hole that's consensual, and he was like, "But this hole, not consensual."
So he turns it around and rapes it.
He was, and Kevin sees
fucking
it. He was like,
watermelon.
why does the watermelon have a shocked look on its face?
He drew the face on it too. He was like, she's getting violated. Damn. That's fucked up, bro. The watermelon got the business, bro.
Yeah, Rafi's he's a savage, man.
See,
and
that's like bad fantasy karma right there, bro.
for sure. I mean, see, and like, nothing karma wise, really like there is no karma for Rafi. Rafi's just he's crazy, man. He's a gangster. He'll like kill people. He's wild.
I've never seen that show, but I've told you numerous people have said you need Rafi on the show. I don't get it.
And I would say it's probably it's probably because of the way that you look with the beard, and like I guess like looks wise, like Rafi is one of the only guys who's like, not white. So
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of what it is too. So it could be a racist comment for all we know, but without people even realizing it, because there is like he is the only guy who's like not white out of all the main characters, and he's Ruxin's wife's brother, and she's like Peruvian or Panamanian, somewhere from South America. I can't remember what country they make.
Well, I mean, it totally makes sense when he's pulling out the switchblade.
Yeah,
the fucking on the watermelon thing, I can't get behind. Whether it's consensual or not. He does, right?
And Rafi, his best friend is Dirty Randy, and who's played by Seth Rogen, and they make pornos together. Like not like literally them in the pornos, but they're like the porno production company. Okay,
so Rafi's getting the bag.
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean they're pretty notorious. He was like, a couple of our friends who are on SEAL Team 6, when they went down into Bin Laden's lair, he had one of our pornos.
when he was pleasuring himself in Afghanistan, down there in the caves, bro. You know what I mean?
He's watching their movies.
Yeah,
they're savages, and he works in Dirty Randy works in a library. He's like, why is this your office? He was like, well, I just find this the place where, like, people come, they're like on the end of their rope, some homeless, some crack smokers, whatever. And he was like, and these people just work for free as my production crew.
I ain't gonna lie, struggle genius. Hey, okay, listen, everybody from the hood knows this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you the D-boy, you know what I mean? When you're coming up, you don't have it all yet. And when you're coming up, bro, you know where you get everything from? The dope fiends, bro. A motherfucker roll up. You know what I mean? The homie rolls up. You're like, damn, bro, you got a BM? Nah, man, it's the dope fiend rental.
Look at this real quick. Adam's in the house. He said, you fuck with Mac Dre? he said, I fucks with this page. Hell yeah, man. It's, both from the Bay. I'm originally from San Diego. And man, Mac Dre was like,
you being from San Diego, he was very aware of the Mac.
And it was because of, and you know what? Let's throw this song on here for Adam, who I bet you never heard this Mac Dre song. It's on our 420 Crew YouTube playlist.
I bet you he has, bro.
If you have that shit's gangster, because it was my first intro to Mac Dre. And it sounds so different from the hyphy shit, that we kind of become accustomed to later, that when I heard Mac Dre's shit, I was all, look at the, show him, Marty. We got, if you're a YouTube member, you can use the Mac Dre emoji in there when we're getting hyped. And,
man, hey, rest in peace to the Mac God.
This was my first intro to Mac Dre, Federal.
Yeah, and where you from too, Adam? You know what I mean? It's funny because right when you said Adam, I thought it was the homie from the East Side League and shit.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Shout out to Adam, bro. You know what I mean? We can put it in the chat, man. Where you from, bro?
Federal niggas. My niggas said,
oh, you're right.
And fuck with that major shit.
Even I never heard this one when you played me this.
Not your misdemeanor thinking.
Yeah, I thought you were about to play the why she down.
That nigga Lil CS with that back the fuck up off.
Well, we could put that one on there.
Mac Dre got soft. ex-federal prisoner, certified gangster commissioner.
Because this is on the San Diego rap.
Real talk,
Yeah, I
nigga.
guess him and
don't like me.
met in the
Feds
bed
try to
somewhere.
indict me.
And,
Who was this one with Lil Siesta?
Little Siesta, yeah.
Lil Siesta, my bad.
MCs trying to bite me. They can't rap like me. Pimp in new Nikes. I yoke and slang. Old school.
And see, it's a lot slower than he used
But
to.
don't know what that
But
nigga
man, I
might
mean-
be. He might be.
But see, that's the thing though, because like when you got exposed to the Mac Drake stuff, that it was the commercial stuff.
They
You know what I
got
mean?
me
Yeah, oh
slang.
yeah, for sure.
Fucked up. Must be tripping.
I mean,
Mac
it
Drake
was
Mac
crazy. They
Drake
were,
Mac Drake is the mob.
Do me politely. Then I told
oh
Lil
shit,
Sis
Adam said he's from the deep and in San Ho at the moment. Uh-oh.
bitch can't say
Okay, look, hey, I'm from San Ho.
Cause my
Yeah.
mouth is icy, but in the
You know what I mean?
I couldn't get no one to write me.
I'm from the east side, bro. Shout out to San Ho.
Call the shots in these streets. Federal niggas, cause we major about this paper. Federal niggas, you motherfuckers can't fade us. Federal niggas, real talk when we speak. Federal
motherfucking
niggas, call the
crushed
shots in these streets. Federal niggas, cause we major about this paper. Federal niggas, you motherfuckers can't fade us. Listen, McGee's a hustle like me. They went from a double up to my keys.
Yeah, see, that little CS tries to say, he starts coming on like fast-food raps, like opposite of the way Mac Dre was spitting. But he's one of the guys in San Diego who, when he went to the feds for I think like 7 years, something like that, comes out and I mean pretty much makes some classics called ghetto classics, and definitely has some ghetto classics on there. And he's one of the people that just ended up being in the stores and shit like that. So you know, there was life outside of San Diego as far as his rap name. I know he's had a bunch of shit on World Tour.
Hey, I want to say shout out to the DO stuff. I fuck. There's a young artist right now. He's dope. Fucking 42 Dub. That motherfucker goes crazy.
All right, and here we go. They so this album, it's Sugar Free Secret Congregation. It's Sugar Free and two rappers in San Diego. And this is the last song on the album, and they leave Mac Dre as the last verse, you know, on the album.
Can you hear me now?
Not the mic on everybody.
Watch this shit, Mari.
It's just some more with this cold-blooded, unscuffable, pimping, untouchable. Yes, I'm tougher than denim when I run up in them. Hold on these bras like a cheap suit. I hack into her brain and crash everything down.
I wonder what Mac was charging for features, you know, at the end of his, right before he died.
She's so vulnerable in the presence of the
What do you think a guy like Mac was going for feature-wise?
Matt, what happened?
I said, how much you think Mac Dre was charging for features before he died?
5,000? 5,000, 10,000?
For 16 bars, right? It's probably what it was every time.
Like, you know, it's different nowadays. Motherfuckers are charging like 50, 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you popping, you know what I'm saying? It's a different day and age. The cosign, you gotta pay for that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's popping, you know what I'm saying? The features, that's where they make a lot of their money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Mitchie Slick, when he came on doing the interview here, I mean, he was in the airport. I mean, all he does is travel to go do features. I mean, I know that's not all he does, but he said that's a big part of what he's doing, getting on features around the country. That shit's dope, like that, flying around.
Hey man, rest in peace to the Jacker. You know what I mean? The Jacker, like, he used to pull up and show us mad love back in the day when he was coming up. He used to do verses for like 500. Then it became like he would just use the studio, and if he was there, if he liked something, he would just jump on it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But and like he would, man, he would travel all over the place doing, like, before he got killed, he was, man, like the feature game for him was crazy because like he was charging maybe like 10 bands for a feature. Yeah. But like, you know, he might do like 12, 13 features in a month, bro. You know what I mean?
That's like 10 in a month. I mean, shit. 6 digits right there.
Easy money. And motherfuckers will fly you out. And you'll shoot the video with them. They'll pay you to shoot the video too.
Oh yeah. Adam said Detroit and the Bay been running game.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
Adam, how did you find us? Did you like find one of those Mac Dre like songs and then you noticed we were live?
Hey, you should lower the song too, cause like you know what I'm saying, like that's why Tino was thinking like our mics was fucked up type of shit. You know what I mean?
Okay. Here goes the Mac.
Oh yeah, play Mac.
Got me lonely. Those are words you'll never hear from us. You didn't know it's pimping over here with us. Oh, what a hippie, man. Never giving up bitch your breaks. Sipping on them vintage grades. Police, we quick to shake. Pedal to the metal, never hit the brake. Smoking hella weed, no sticks and shades. Smoke with hella niggas, I instigate. Jumping on niggas, I hit and skate. Fans day, picture take, yo man's day. Paper trade, I'ma take all the money, the whole make. She gon' keep it coming, man, and don't wait. I don't fake, I don't hate. When I put my voice on tape, everybody go so stupid dumb. Everybody say, man, he can come. Like one party round. Trey gon' get the party done. Always got bound for the lung, and when the police come in, I run. Yoking something, dosing something, smoking something. Psycho make them hoes sing. Yeah, man. Man, kicking them sideways, you know what I mean? You know what it is?
Yeah. I remember I never heard that whole song because that joint was on a mixtape, like cause back in the day.
Oh yeah, you said you've heard his verse on something else, right?
Yeah, because somebody had put that on a mixtape, like just in a mix.
Right.
And like it was like a Mac Dre mix. Like when he died.
And what do you think they did? They just cut the audio? Like
no, they just mixed it in.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, like how a DJ would just non-stop playing joint, but when they mixed it in, it was just his verse. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They just mixed it in that part of the song.
Tight. And Marty said, what did he say? Elon's birthday tomorrow, born 69 days after 420.
69, dudes!
Any excuse to throw out 69.
Hey, did you hear he got like a little thing going on with Zuckerberg right now.
Yeah, I feel like they're turning this into like.
But they don't know though that Zuckerberg. They don't know Zuckerberg's been like training like jujitsu for like a fucking decade plus or some bullshit like that. I might be exaggerating. I might be putting 10 on the 2, but because he was like, I'll see you in the cage. Like he wasn't playing. He was like,
everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
That's true.
Mike, that's one of my favorite Mike Tyson quotes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's when shit starts getting real. All that practice and everything.
Tyson's from Brownsville, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Even hey, you know what's crazy? Shout out to Adam from Detroit, because just no coincidence. The universe is crazy. Because man, I've been going down the rabbit hole all these Detroit fucking cocaine kingpin documentaries, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, because Detroit low key got some legends, bro. You know
and it's funny. What's his name?
Like you got like you know how like, you got like Nicky Barnes and all them motherfuckers like that, but they all ratted. You know what I mean? Like the Detroit motherfuckers.
What's the white dude's name who's like still in prison? The one who
they made the movie out of
White Boy Rick.
Yeah,
it's funny because he wasn't even really one of the kingpins out there, right?
Man, he was a rat though. I'm trying to remember this other dude.
When did he rat? I thought he's still in prison.
Oh no, he got ratted on. Was that? I forget, but I watched the movie.
He pretty much something happened with like.
I'm gonna watch anything with Matthew McConaughey in it, bro. Shout out to
Oh yeah, I mean it was a good movie. So pretty much what happened. I saw the documentary later, and you know, it was like the dude who was selling him the work. You know, like something happened with like those two and like a police commissioner's like fucking daughter or like some shit like that. So it's like a political thing why they threw the book at him like crazy.
I'm trying to remember the name of these motherfuckers, but I remember when they were coming up, their crew was called the 50 Boys because they used to sell 50 packs. You know what I'm saying? But they're like kingpins in the heroin.
Yeah.
The heroin shit, bro. The shout out to the murder myth, though. You know what I mean? The murder men don't fuck around in Detroit. And then there's fucking obviously the legend of fucking of Big Meech, bro. You know what I mean? People that don't know the Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? He got known in LA. I mean in Atlanta, but bruh's from Detroit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like it was crazy. Their whole crew was from different places.
One dude from Crew said Big Meech was 50.
Yeah, hell
He said he
yeah.
was 50's Boys. Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, shit. Big Meech fucked with all the rappers, bruh. That's what they were trying to do. Ultimately, when they got popped, they were trying to like start a record label. Well, they did start a record label, and then that's what fucked them up, bruh. Because then they're putting these billboards up all over Atlanta, and it was crazy because like there's like a main highway or main freeway, whatever, in Atlanta when you're coming from the airport, and they had it. So it's like everybody that's coming from the airport, they see this big ass billboard, you know what I'm saying? They had all the motherfuckers on it. It was basically like, yeah, we're all the kingpins right here. You know what I mean? And then they would.
All right, man. See, Adam said, yeah, I seen the Dre song, and then it suggested this video, fucking sick. And it said most of these streams just some goofy motherfuckers talking sports. Yeah, we're definitely talking sports. We're just keeping it real. And smoking hella weed at the time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're in my hometown right now, Adam. I'm from San Jose. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like, being from the South Bay, like being from the Bay in general, we're from the mecca of the weed revolution, bruh. The revolution, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because of weed, it took me all over the United States, bruh.
Hell yeah.
All over the fucking, like, you know, and it's crazy to see it's all legal and shit, like most everywhere, you know what I mean? So, like, and it still sucks that YouTube was shadow banned a motherfucker. We got to find different ways to find people, to find us, right?
But all these, we made the playlist and putting all the songs and shit. We've had like, I don't know, just like maybe like 3,000 to 5,000 random views in the last 4 days from people who are coming in for music. And then that's turned into people like Adam finding us. And he's probably going to be like rocking.
Adam from the Murder Mitt.
Oh, yeah.
The Big D.
There we go. So I'm glad the music shit is working to where it can help some stoner peeps find us.
Also because we just be playing music all the time on this motherfucker anyway. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of dope that YouTube's doing that now.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I guess they're seeing that everybody plays music in the background of their shit when they do their live shit. Mm-hmm.
And there's like so many channels that are just like taking the music anyways and putting it on their shit because like, I don't know. Like, that's what's crazy is like,
what do they call that shit? The shared revenue.
Yeah.
And the motherfucker's like, he's like, listen, you ain't gonna give it to us, but you're gonna share it.
Well, see, and I mean, it could be something, you know, like that as well. Like if it's copywritten.
And they won't even let me put my music on the shit right now, and all my shit's published to us. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I had to. That's why I got off the stream yesterday and hit my man P. I was like, listen, P, we got to figure this out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And like, just for my music, like all like our whole label shit, like you know, we got a gang of shit out there. It's like that'd be dope because then, you know what I mean? It's just other ways of exposure, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
because really what it is, it's like the way that it's
especially if we're getting the revenue off it now, you know what I mean? I be playing our shit all the time about this motherfucker, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, even with these ones specifically, you know, these music videos, they're getting a lot more views than like our live streams or shit, you know, getting like maybe not every single one of them, but I mean, you know, the Mac Dre classics, like those are already, you know, over 500 views just in like, you know, 2 days or whatever. Right. And but yeah, I guess YouTube's pushing it also. That's like what I'm noticing though, like because it's pushing these videos, they're finding our other videos, you know, in turn because of it. Because I put the you know, the ending screen like on everything where it'll suggest some videos or some playlists or whatever. So I'm assuming that was how Adam saw it.
Yeah, we got to get some Curtis Mayfield on this motherfucker too.
Yeah,
we need all the dope boy shit from classic to up to new shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Shout out to Curtis Mayfield. Is he dead? Is he still alive?
Oh no,
man! Shout out to Curtis, bro. You got some slaps.
Let's see. Nope, died in '99.
I think he was making music all the way to the end too, because he had some shit in the '90s.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to suggest songs to get on here, just feed the jukebox, throw it in as a super chat. We'll play the song. And yeah, we might not be able to put every song on this playlist, you know, because there's going to be a lot of songs suggested. But slowly but surely, we're just going to keep adding more and more. And let me throw in the link for the 420 crew.
Ooh, do we add list? So like the ones, so like all the ones that we were playing yesterday, right? So how do you go? You just go back and you look at like the ones that they flagged us for, and you just throw them on.
Yeah, like whichever one, because there's ones that they're gonna
Yeah, throw all that bogey shit though. Throw it all on there. All the one that's already out. You feel
yeah,
me?
I'm trying to do like 5 to 10 like each day.
Oh, okay. I like it. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so and like in the first day, like I did all the ones that I did yesterday, for example. It wasn't any albums. The first 2 times I did full albums. I did the Mac Dre, Ronald Reagan, and then the Revolution, Courage to Grow album, and then last night.
I'll drop new shit all the time out here too. Like I'll even put exclusive shit here. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll keep throwing shit on. And so like 2 nights ago, I did Black Roses, the Humpty Dance, Super Hyphy, which is going crazy. People love the Super Hyphy for sure. We had a handful of comments. Someone's like, "Man, it's just the anthem."
Hell yeah, bro. Hey, listen, I got some you gotta throw some jacket shit on there too, bro.
Yeah, see, and I mean, you just send me the YouTube. It's easier if you send me the specific YouTube link as well, and then just get it in the queue, and we'll just have a bunch, and 5 to 10 every day. And then what else do we put? I put the little CS Mac Dre one, and then I put the
yeah, and then you know what too, because Peacock, he even got some cover. He got cover art for some of the joints too, so we could sprinkle. You know what I mean? We'll start.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Different bogey ones. You know what I mean?
Because that is one of the things that I mean, most of the time I'm just finding the cover art like on Google.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Well, we got one of the illest in the game, bro. Come on.
I'm saying we got to use those ones.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and Zucker said I was saying 50s Boys in Detroit was Meech's crew. Okay.
Yeah, the 50 Boys. That's what I was trying to remember the name of their crew. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then they, ooh, you know what I'm saying? They can, but their name, the 50 Boys, was paying homage to an old school crew in the 70s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alpha said, "You guys are the only in-your-face herb-smoking fantasy dudes who have educated opinions." Said, "Would it be worth?"
Because we be playing in big money leagues, brother. Like, how many leagues were you in last year? 60-something?
Yeah.
I was in with the best balls. If I want to include those, because I don't, but without including the best balls, I was in 33 leagues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I won 6 out of 33. Fuck the numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying we winning over here, bro.
And he said, "Would it be worth having one redraft show, per week to attract the fantasy noobs?" I mean, I'm open to like having. I mean, because it's not like we don't do redraft. Like we're in redraft season, now. But give me an idea.
We're 72 days. We're exactly or approximately 72 days away from all out war. You know what I'm saying? Once we get into the 100-day countdown, we're in redraft. You know what I mean? So.
But give me an idea of what you mean, Office, because I mean during the season, I mean we do, Q&As like damn near every day.
Q&As is really where it's at, bro, because then people want to know then and there when you know what I'm saying, and we do round the clock Q&As during the season. So and then we have the news show daily. You know what I'm saying, 1 o'clock p.m. daily. You know what I mean? We actually kept it up this off season.
This show will be going down every morning. It was only going down on Tuesdays last year, and that was it.
Yeah, hell yeah. And the reason why FNT is so crucial during the season is because, we got all the practice reports daily. That's when everything gets released. And
we literally pick that time slot because that's the time when we're getting the most news fluctuating in.
Yeah, because we noticed with some of these other shows, you know what I mean? Like they would do the content early in the morning, and then they're gonna miss everything so they're basically covering everything from the day prior, and that shit is whack. You feel me? Like that was pretty much the premise, you know what I mean, of the conversation, because we were already doing like a gang of shit content together at the time. You know what I mean? We were already doing Playmakers, right? Also,
yeah. Peacock says redraft season, baby, starts and sits in season get crazy for sure. They do, because it's like hundreds of people, that are in on multiple like social medias who are all answering questions at the exact same time, so it is kind of hard to, we like to like now we got to force ourselves to give like, just the quick. And
like for those that don't know, or for, or everybody that does know, what I'm saying, in the chat, if you have been one of our proud winners, we do giveaways like shit during the season. So, when you want your questions answered faster, we got fly ways of doing it. You could drop a super chat, that'll jump you up. You can answer your question at the same time. You can request a song because of your super chat. Then those super chats, that equals in the entries to whatever signed jerseys we're giving away or signed memorabilia. You know what I'm saying? Shit, fucking championship rings, fucking memorabilia rings. Like we've given away all kind of shit. You know, rookie cards. Man, you just gotta stay tapped in. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. And and Office said, yeah, this is a dynasty time of year. I'm new to you guys this season. So pretty much, I mean, the way it works for us is like when we get within 100 days of the NFL season starting, that's when we're already making the transition to redraft. We still got one dynasty draft going, and that one will still be drafting for, I mean, probably like 2 more weeks, like still. But most people who are coming in right now,
we jump this bitch to 2 hours.
Yeah,
we're about to jump this bitch down to 2 hours. Let's go.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I mean, people could come in, they could find our dynasty like content like real easy, like now, like some of the mock drafts and shit that we've been doing for like months and months. But yeah, this is where we really want to capture like more.
We're gonna do some ranking videos too, some uploads. We're definitely gonna do those. You know what I mean?
And I hate ranking videos, but we definitely we got to do it. Yeah. And Crispy said the auction draft was interesting. And so you know why I like doing the auction draft? It's the same reason I like doing IDP. It's something that I've always done, but it's not talked about a lot. Like you can't go on YouTube and just find a shitload of like fantasy football auction drafts. You know, it's just
or IDP content for that matter.
Yeah. That's why when you type in IDP fantasy football, we're always amongst like the first page, you know, with different types of shit that's going on. Which we do need to start making more IDP like content in general during the season. I mean, it's the waiver wire show like every week, and that's
do you put marijuana and cannabis in like the search, like the keywords?
No, because I feel like that's just like that.
Like, hey, shadow ban me more, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So I mean, unless it's a show specifically about weed, you know, which I mean I've done that before, but yeah. Which I know, like, seeing the thing is like there's way bigger content creators than us that are like, you know, just weed content creators, like, you know, just for lack of better, you know, that's the big topic of whatever they cover.
Bro, they got cigarette motherfucker. There's this dude, right? But he died, ironically, I'm pretty sure from lung cancer or something. But he used to just review cigarettes, right? And this was like 10 years ago. I remember seeing this guy's channel, and he had like hella subscribers and shit. And then he was like, today we're sampling, but he would just sit there and smoke cigarettes and break it down. I'm like, man, we could do that with weed. But now we're in the era that we can.
Yeah. Right? Electro said he loved the auction draft. Marty said the auction draft was fun. I already talked to my peeps in my home league. Let's do it to do it. And seeing like, I mean, it's one of those things that like, we didn't make our home league the auction league. I just started another league and was like, who wants in the auction? Because it was like only a couple guys from our home league actually wanted to be in it. So that's really what I suggest. Just keep making more leagues. You know,
I did that the same thing when I had my home league with like my boys, right? Like the homies, right? A couple years in, I was like, man, we should do a keeper league, and like only like half of them was down. So then I grabbed half of them, and then I jammed the other half with other motherfuckers that I found elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Because let's just keep it real. There's some people who don't want to expand beyond one league. There's some people who don't want to expand beyond like the settings that they're used to. And that's fine. You know, those guys will just play in the one league and that's it. I don't even hate on people like that anymore. I used to. But, you know, they're just going to play in whatever they're going to play in. But we're going to attract more of the savages who want to play in like a shitload of leagues. So those are the kind of people you want to find anyways. Makes the leagues way more fun.
Right.
Office said you guys should stream getting stoned and playing old video games, GoldenEye, WrestleMania. You know,
that's already been a conversation like a dozen times in the past week.
It is, yeah. It's gonna happen. It's mixing it in with everything.
And it's also like setting up the. I mean, shit. I just need to set my lab. I've been in here almost 2 months now in my new crib. I just need to set my lab up and then boom. Because then having a station is where it's at. Because then, you know, you can set up the screen and have the games going on that screen.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, you know, but you got to get set up right too. And then like if depending what route we're gonna go, are we gonna do like emulators? You know what I'm saying? Because that's how we'll play these old school games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, shit.
That's Peacock's alley. Because he be fucking with them emulators. You know what I mean? You just gotta know a guy that knows how to do this shit, and we'll get set up right.
And Marty said I'd be down to piece one of y'all up on Madden.
Yeah, but see, but I'll be damn. I'll see. That's different though. Yeah, because that's you know what I'm saying. We can, you know what I mean. That's like what shit, PS5, whatever the fuck.
Well, I still have PS4. I don't know if it's one of the ones that
I suck at, man. I haven't played Madden since fucking damn, bro. I'll piece anybody on the Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat.
Still, like, man, I mean, that would be.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. I used to get hot with motherfuckers. I was like, man, we gotta get this money. Motherfuckers is like playing Madden online or something. What are you doing, man?
I mean, see, the gameplay on Madden sucks now, at least from what I can remember. But either way, there's still never going to be a lack of people who might want to play us in Madden, right? And watch us and watch the stream and talk some shit or whatever.
You know what though? For real though, like I know the Madden GOAT. I know this dude. He was one of the earlier dudes that came on my podcast and shit.
I do not want to play the Madden GOAT, man.
I'll bring him out. I'll put money on him, bro. Who wants to? That's what I
want. Bring on all the challengers.
I'll bring on. Listen, who wants to smoke? I'll put the money on the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying him to show up. Boom, let's rock. Hey, it's funny too because like there was another dude that came on my show earlier.
I know. Often said gaming streamers make money. I know. Like, yeah, we really gotta. Yeah, we gotta make a push towards that because like even it's funny even like. Some of these Lego live streamers, like on TikTok, I always kind of watch, you know, for a minute or two, just kind of see what they're doing. And someone was like, "Hey, why don't we get some Mario Kart going up in this bitch?"
And nobody wants to see me in Capcom versus SNK, bro.
Oh man,
Part 2. We're going back to 2001, bro. Listen, we used to go far and wide, bro. Like we played that game for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Like for real, like I almost bought a machine. Like when there's a place called Golfland where I'm from, right? They got in the Bay Area, they got these joints called Golfland. It's the fucking mini golf, but they have the arcade in there. And then I remember one of them was closing down, and then we had the homie that worked there, and he said, "Hey, they're selling the machines, bro." I was like, "Word." And then someone came in there, but they were buying them like bulk and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because like you know what I'm saying, because like if you buy one, it was like a grip. But I was like, I would have bought. You know what I'm saying? You know, we was flipping shit back then. I would have bought one of them. Shit.
Yeah.
I would have had that motherfucker in there right now.
Yeah, and often said emulators is what I do. You say you just need a crappy PC.
And that's the thing too, is like I'll be damned if I'm playing against y'all and I'm good at this game, but like I'm lagging in some bullshit and I'm getting got. I'm like, argh!
Yeah, see that would suck.
I'll be hot, bro. That's what I was like.
Can we like are we able, like, I don't know, I only have the Nintendo 64. Like I've never played with emulators on the PC and shit like that. Like would we actually be able to like play a GoldenEye, you know, game?
You download the GoldenEye emulator, you know what I mean? And then like but see playing it online, I don't know. I mean that's where you gotta ask some type of nerd, a specialist for that one, you know what I mean? I'm a nerd about other shit. I don't know about that, you know what I mean? Like you have to create some kind of room to stream on that you invite motherfuckers to, and you're playing this specific game. Like, yeah, I don't know how that would work. You know what I mean?
Because like when I think of those, like
I'm pretty sure there's already existing emulators out there that people host, like GoldenEye or host No Mercy or host.
Well, like as soon as I get the new phone, for example, I'm not trading in the old phone. I'm just going to use that as a camera for like, you know, just different shit that we're doing for different streams. And like, but yeah, once I get the new phone, which is supposed to come in either today.
Yeah, I mean, you could game and then have it pointed at the screen type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about like gaming with each other, right? You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I mean, it's a little bit of both, right? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Cause like, would people tap in if we were just smoking weed and playing the fucking GoldenEye 64 and just going through the story mode? You know, like, I mean, that shit would just be like nostalgic. Or is it, do we want to play Madden games and shit like that, you know, or I'd almost like
ain't nothing to it but to do it. You feel me?
Yeah, if it's that, I'm almost like wanting to buy a PS5, just like now that you can like.
Because then like see, in most of the emulators, you're playing them through existing systems, right? Your current systems, you know what I mean? Like I would imagine, you know, if not, you got to do it through a PC, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And Beg says, "What do you think about the advanced IDP strategy? You know, finding the worst D lines in the league to project breakout players in the second and third level like linebackers and DBs. Yeah, we just gotta. We're gonna take a little bit of time.
It's easy. You just gotta look at the DVOAs. You know what I mean? You just go in order. Like okay, I've always been.
That's what he's
okay,
saying.
I love Cody Barton. Hey, listen, I love Cody Barton. He's the code man, right? Loved him in Seattle. He goes over there to Washington. I'm excited. We love a middle linebacker in a Ron Rivera defense. But then at the same time, they have like this monstrous ass front with like with Payne and fucking and Jonathan Allen and you know what I mean? Like it's congested up there in the middle. So you know what I mean? Like it's stuff like that, right? Like that's it's pretty easy to diagnose. You know what I mean?
All right, let's see.
No, I lost you there for a sec.
No, answering the message.
Yeah.
And Big said Marvel versus Capcom 2 is my shit. He said challenge accepted, Bogey.
No, I said Marvel. I said Capcom versus SNK. You can have Marvel. I'm okay in Marvel versus Capcom now. I'm okay.
He said his three guys were Ryu, Iron Man, and that cactus guy.
Yeah, my trio was Iceman. My trio was Iceman, Gambit, and Cable. I like throwing the gang of shit. I'm coming at you with hella projectile shit. You know what I mean? You feel me?
Yeah, Peacock says he's got over 2,000-ish games on 10 different emulators, but nothing newer than PS1.
But still, though, if we could figure out a way to play online against each other, if we had the same emulators, that's where it's at. Peacock, find the answers.
Well, yeah. See, would we be playing against each other, or would we just be like both playing our own individual games?
No, it'd be like that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like how to be in the same game. But going back to N64. You used to be able to have that physical cable that would connect two different 64s, and then now you could play 4 versus 4 on GoldenEye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure there's a way now. These nerds to figure it all out, bruh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to my man G. I miss you, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But he's from DC, and he would anytime he'd be in the Bay with me, he'd be like, man, I need a nerd. Like, what kind of nerd? He's like, man, I need like a computer nerd. Like, you know what I mean? This is like 15 years ago, right? Because he was like, the game's gonna change to this scamming shit, bro. Like he was saying this like 15 years ago, but he's like, I need. He's like, I know you got an Asian, bro. And it's just funny because when fools would hit you up looking for certain things, right?
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, I need a nerd. Like, okay, tell me more.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard. They don't just pop up like that.
Yeah.
I had these packs though. You know what I mean? I'm looking for my nerd. Yeah. But isn't that crazy though? Because that became like in the hood, bro. Some of the illest scammers is from the hood, bro. You know what's crazy too? You know who's like the leading scammers in the world? Like in the past, like this is the bogey stat. This might not even be real, but it's the Nigerians, bro. Yeah. Nigerians is getting it in, bruh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's some high level finessing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy too, because I fuck with hella Nigerians too. Shout out to the YNIC, you know what I mean? Shout out to my boys. They came out here a few times. All you hardcore 420 crew members, you guys seen them pop up. They pop up during the football season. They pop up talking to gang and shit.
Yeah, I cannot wait until this phone comes in because these are all things.
Which one did you get?
The 14. The 14 Pro Max.
Okay, yeah. That's the same one I got.
Yeah, it's gotta get the newest one. I mean, sucks that
my shit still sucks.
It sucks that the next one's coming out in like 3 to 4 months, but
I mean,
it always comes out right during football season. Like that's like I don't know. That's just
I mean, the way they have is they come out. They basically come out every year. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever pattern you're on, or because the upgrades be every 2 years. You know what I mean? So I'm always on. I always get the first edition of the new ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, but then I always get the Pro, always get the big one because now they got the new one coming out where like you can charge other phones and shit. You see, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They got all the fucking ads for it. That's just funny. I be watching those. That's just funny. You got the Androids, they're all weak.
Yep.
They got the one that like taking pictures of the sky. This was kind of fly to me. You take pictures of the sky, and she was like, "Oh, you're putting your flash on," and then the iPhone's like, "No, I'm using the night fucking light sky light or whatever the fuck."
Yeah.
And then it was like, then it like identified like the constellation. I was like, "What? This shit's hard, man." I'm about to break my iPhone. I didn't do it. Fuck it.
That shit is funny. And Office said Soul Calibur on Dreamcast was the bee's.
Oh, you don't want to see me on the Soul Calibur, bro. You don't want to see me with Nightmare. Or the dude with the nunchucks. What's the dude with the nunchucks, bro? I used to fuck fools up with the nunchucks, man.
A stranger said, "You mean the Nigerian prince in my emails is a scammer?" He said, "Shocked." LOL.
Hey, bro, come on. Hey, he got hella women about to marry him, bro. Through the email, bro.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I cannot wait for the regular season. I mean, in the past 2 years, we were doing the best ball drafts. They would start on July 5th, like literally just right after the holiday. And then they would
shout out to hold on real quick, man. Shout out to Mac Dre because that's Mac Dre's birthday and my daughter's and Clock's birthday and your sisters
and my sisters, yeah,
and your sisters.
And so that's when all these divisions. So the first year there's 10 divisions. Last year there's 21 divisions, and this year we've almost finished drafting in 40 divisions already, and we haven't even started the time yet that we were doing the drafts. So yeah, it is. It's getting dope right now. We're getting more. We're gonna get more fast drafts and more slow drafts going for these best ball divisions. They're $10 each, $10 per team. And right now we're filling the Sopranos slow draft. There's 2 spots left, and we're filling the fast draft for Major League.
You said the fast draft? What?
The fast draft for Major League.
What?
Said we're getting the Wild Thing in here.
What?
Charlie Sheen.
What? Tiger Blood. What?
This was fucking song.
All right. Marco in the house. Good evening from the future.
Hey, shout out to Germany. What? Yeah, see, Marco, he got down with some of the best balls last year too, huh?
No.
What, Marco? You gotta get down with the best balls, bro. It's only how much is $10 in Germany money, bro? How many shillings is that, motherfucker?
This is the euro. It's got to be. It's more than 10 for sure. It's more than
motherfucker.
Marco said today the tickets for the Germany game went on sale, sold out in less than 20.
Who's playing in Germany this year?
He said 1.5 million requests for tickets. Damn.
Yeah, bro. I mean, shit. Tom Brady went over there and he won the first game in Germany and was like, "Football is now here forever."
Is there a secondary market for tickets like there is out here? You know, with the StubHub, is there like this?
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Like out there.
They'll kill for that shit.
Nice. Make said, "I'll take a spot in the Sopranos. Forget about it."
Forget about it.
All right. Oh, Crispy said he'll take a spot in the Sopranos.
Forget about it.
That means we're gonna get this started today. Let's go.
Nice.
We got to make sure everybody.
We'll do the race on FNT.
Yep. There we go. All right.
Wow, dang. You make my nose sing.
All right.
Bro, the fucking these shroom chocolates I have, this is just the best sleep ever, bro.
Yeah.
Like last night, I just ate one. I was like, I ate one because I was going to sleep. I was like, you know, I'm about to have some trippy dreams.
Nice.
I sure did too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like if I'm super stoned, I don't really dream.
Or you're just so high, I don't remember. I mean, see, you got an active pineal gland though because you eat psychedelics regularly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you should be dreaming.
Well, no, I mean I have if I got to be stoned beyond belief to not have a dream. That's what I mean. Like not just not just every day.
I mean, I've seen you get stoned beyond belief, so
it's happened.
This is accurate.
Those are the ones when I don't have because I feel like the less weed that I smoke, the more vivid my dreams are.
It's funny because every time I've kicked it with you, it was always something we did that required hella on our feet walking, right?
Yeah.
Like when we were in Disneyland, because Disneyland is one thing. Motherfuckers is on our feet, right?
All day.
All day in this motherfucker. Then when we were in Vegas, we're just on the go. Maybe like an Uber ride here and there for like a minute here and there, right?
Yep.
Motherfucker was on our feet. The motherfucker.
And Marco said, I'm sure there's a black market for tickets. He said there's even a ticket resale for that game, Dolphins and the Bills.
Bro, we could buy a tiger right now if we wanted, if we looked hard enough, bro.
I'm not even talking
anything on the black market.
I'm not even talking about black market because there's always going to be a black market for like tickets. But I mean, like, so
you're talking about like StubHub or some bullshit like that, or like
like over here, it's StubHub, and it's literally a place where
it's a third party, some third party in the
buy tickets and they sell them on StubHub. You know, you don't even have to meet the people, in person.
I can dig it.
And StubHub gets all the traffic, so who knows what the fucking what the tickets actually sell for. I mean, shit, it might be worth it to buy. I mean, to buy some tickets just to resell, just because of how much they fucking actually go for.
One day, we'll go to Germany and go to we're gonna drive, like we're gonna hop in a motherfucking every goddamn Uber and taxi and whatever the fuck is a Benz, bruh. You know what I'm saying, or a BM. And we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, but we're gonna get like an Aston Martin or something, and we're gonna hit the fucking, what do they call it, the Autobahn, bruh. And we're gonna mash, bro. And we're gonna go to that motherfucking game.
And Marco said, "I'll join best ball." Just no clue about best ball. So best ball,
same shit.
It's pretty much like, I mean, I say it's like micro dosing fantasy football because you draft. That's the most fun part, and then the rest of the season just kind of manages itself. Your best players,
not even kind of. It does it on its own. So you just draft and that's it.
Yeah.
And then like on a week-to-week basis, whatever the lineup is that is required to be in your starting lineup, whoever on your entire roster scores the most gets inputted into the lineup at the end of the week. Best ball.
Yep.
It's the name, best ball.
Hell yeah, best players always start. And he said, and I have to figure out how to give you that money. So, I mean, I just need your email, and I can send you a Square invoice. And
we can't send it by messenger bird anymore. So many birds died trying to go across the Atlantic.
Bake said, "Why the market always goes gotta be
black."
Yeah.
I was gonna say it, but I was busy rolling this shit.
I mean, it's funny in the Wayans brothers how many times that joke got used, and it never gets old. It really does, though.
I know. Did Black Friday even exist during when they were doing the show? No, that wasn't like a commercially said thing. Black Friday sales.
I mean, it's crazy how Black Friday was always kind of a thing, but it wasn't really like a commercial, thing.
Yeah, everybody knew that you know what I'm saying, that midnight, you could go to the motherfucking stores and wait in line or whatever the fuck, midnight right after Thanksgiving dinner and shit. You got, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because they weren't. Yeah, that was still. Let me see. What year did I go where we legit camped out for a week before that? And we had a tent there, and we were just taking turns on who was actually there. And
a tent.
Yeah, got a tent. And
okay, what are some of the items you remember getting? Because I've never. I ain't gonna front. I've never done the Black Friday thing. Maybe online.
You could get 2 of the you could get 2 of the was it 40 or 55? No, it might have been the 55s is what it was. Yeah, it was 2 like 55-inch. You could, you know how they have the limit. Some of them you could only get 1. So this one you were able to get 2. You were able to get 2 of it, and it was the what's it called?
Make mine a double.
Who the maker was, but it was like $200. And so my mom ended up coming too, so I ended up getting like multiples of those, and I sold. I mean, easily like sold them all for like no less than $400 because like TVs just weren't what they were in 2012, 2012 I think is the year we did it.
Shit, hold on, I gotta make this call real quick.
Okay, we're just gonna shut it down though. We're gonna shut it down.
Peace out.
All right, well, peace out, everybody. We'll talk to you later.
Peace.
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready. Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm gonna take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.